welcome to Soulframe. If you are here because you have questions, I hope that I am able to answer all of them. This video is hopefully going to serve as a standard guide to all things Soulframe, help you get the basics and understand Soulframe, and understand what this game is about, what it is, what we do, how to play, how to progress, what we're doing. This is not necessarily a guide or a walkthrough, but just going over general information that the game does not provide. And I hope that that serves you all well. A lot of this game is designed around you exploring and figuring things out yourself. There's only 8 quests, and half of them you just kind of have to stumble into on your own. But that is neither here nor there. Hopefully, this guide will help you, this video will help you with everything that you need to know to get along in Soulframe. Good luck, Envoy. So, here in Nightfold, spawn in looking at your tent. We're going to start from the right side here. This is the So, here in the blacksmith with 2 Vulcane, all of your gear is already split up. I'm going to start from the bottom. Down here at the bottom,
I'd be keen to see it
we
all.
have incomplete fragments. These are things that you do not have all of the fragments for. You see this, fragments required, 1 out of 4, 1 out of 4, 1 out of 4, 1 out of 3, 1 out of 3. You scroll up to something like Needle Eye, required fragments, 1 out of 2.
I'd be keen to see it
I have
all.
some higher ones, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. And then fragments are gained by killing bosses, or completing certain dungeons, or completing certain bounties, specifically tier 2 or tier 3 or 2-star, 3-star bounties. Are very good at getting you some new fragments if you are looking at unlocking new weapons and new gear to use. Above that are requirements not met. Requirements not met contains 2 groups of items. Gear that you have already built. So as you can see, this has already been built, this has already been built, this has already been built. There is no need to have a second Synod's Bell Jar's Talisman. So they just don't let you build a second one. But this one, as you can see, I do not have it built. It does not have this icon here. But I have insufficient materials. Scrap steel is what I'm currently missing. I have plenty of dendrite leaves and punching acid. Above that, you have Ready to Forge. Ready to Forge is everything that you have the fragments for, and you have active materials for. So I can come over to the Tessard, sharp long blade weapon, and I can just craft.
So we begin.
Everything is time gated on the craft. New packs take 1 day and 8 hours. New weapons take 10 hours. New gear takes 8 hours. I will update on screen if any of that information is incorrect. Now with the blacksmith has this 3rd tab, Reforge. Now what this allows you to do is this allows you
Fairly made,
to by
Quenched
spending
too
some
soon.
resources that you would use to craft the weapon and choosing a joinery, you are able to boost up your weapon stats, such as this one that gives plus 15 damage. This one is plus 15 damage with parry stability cost, plus 20 damage, plus 25 damage. And then we have on the far right side here, which is cut off for you guys, we have these ones that are blessed by Sapphine, blessed by Iridis, and blessed by Mora. These attune your weapons to courage, spirit, and grace respectively. We will get into what this means in a moment. But these can only be put on a level 30 weapon. If you are familiar with Warframe, this would be the equivalent of formatting your Warframe weapon. If I take this, Gildar Tempered, Gildar Blessed by Mora. So this weapon that I chose here, the Odiak, already has a joinery that gives me plus 15, but swapping over to this joinery would give me an extra plus 5, and it'll swap my attunement to courage. Again, we will get into what the attunement means shortly. But I am able to take any weapon and add, say, that plus 15. So it goes from, you see the attack here, 56 to 71, and then my stats, plus 12, plus 27. To find Verminia, the third ancestor to join you in the Nightfold, you want to come south of Fort Curlail. Fort Curlail is the first fort that you will see outside of spawn. When you first start the game, you spawn somewhere around here. This is the first area opened with this world tree. It is the first one of the first large areas that you will encounter. Just south of it, you have an entrance to the Glades of Andoran, which can be found right here. Going down there, we'll enter the cave, enter the dungeon. Right here, we have a rat and some papers. Reading these, a pack of pests, a squeaking spectre, through the glades the bear's den lies, send the Nimrod. Continue, and this will start the quest to unlock Verminia. Bring you down this way, finish the dungeon, and at some point you will get something that guides you here. This is where you will collect Verminia, and this is where you will collect her when she levels up and runs away. You will find her at this same location. And after talking to her, she will join you in the Nightfold.
Envoy, your aura is smelling rather drab today. N'est-ce pas, Puppet?
Speaking to Verminia, the witch allows you to customize the colors of your gear. You do not have a lot of color options currently, but that will likely change.
Bye-bye.
She can also
The
brew
envoy.
hues
It brings
over
us
here
a
on the
neighbor?
left side. If we click
Then
this,
tell it we are busy.
and we tab over to this, we get some stuff. Now, when you first get Verminia the Witch, she will be level 1. You will not have this COGAH available to you. You will only have Cloud Quell Sirida's Breath, Dancing, Galder, and Shademaker. In order to level her up, you just need to craft a few of these. Follows the same system as the blacksmith. You can click on any of the brews, and you can see exactly what it requires. I do not know where Jaden Drop is farmed from. I kind of just find most of this stuff while running around. I don't know spawn locations, but I will have the wiki available down in the description. Hey y'all, I just wanted to tab in because I'm really bad at videoing. I don't do this. I'm sorry, y'all. The COGAH is hard mode. I explain how to unlock the COGAH. You get verminia up to level 2 by brewing Cloud Quell, Sirida's Breath, Dancing Galder, and Shadowmaker. Brew a bunch of these, mainly Cloud Quell if you can. And you'll level her up. She'll run away. You find her in the same cave that you found her at the first time. And then she'll come back to the nightfold, and you will have the COGAH to brew. Brewing this takes 2 hours. When you finish brewing it, you are able to drink it. Drinking it starts hard mode. Hard mode is what you expect it to be. All of the enemies' levels scale up higher. They do more damage. The envoys, you get 3 debuffs. I believe your health is decreased, your armor is decreased, and your magic regen is decreased. But collecting the Wevet sap that you need to craft the COGAH, I highly recommend collecting the Wevet tree sap in COGAH mode. The Wevet tree sap you get like at least 2 times the reward. So I did 2 separate runs in COGAH, 2 separate boss rushes, and after the boss rushes we went to the forest, which can be located here, right around the Wevet Wood, right around Kabucha. This entire forest, there's like 8 trees that all have sap. In normal mode, you only get 1, maybe 2. In COGAH mode, you get 2, maybe 3. It's a pretty big jump. I am normally walking out of COGAH with 20 plus sap. So I can rebuild my COGAH plus an extra should I mess up, which is pretty cool. Okay. The last thing with Verminia is once you have her in your nightfold, it does not matter if she is level 1 or level 2, you are able to start your next quest. You go to up here, is above Fort Curlail. This is where you get Verminia, or the quest for Verminia. Down here is where you get Verminia. Big wall, cliff sides. Up on the cliffside, like right here. We bounce over to Soul Map, which I will be showing you guys soon. Where is it? Right here. Bromius quest. Going to this location, you will find a tree with sap on it. If you are unable to interact with it and you still have Verminia here, relog. That'll fix it. Going back in, you'll be fine. After you complete the Bear Waste quest, you will be able to come up here every 24 hours, and there will be a little acorn hanging from that little stem. You can come up and pick up that acorn. It will give you between 1 to 3 Webbit tree seeds, whatever they're called. Where are they? Are they not shown in inventory? They are not. But if I go to the map and I enable this overlay, you can see in the bottom left, I have 2 Webbit tree saplings, seeds, that I'm able to use to fast travel. Use them just outside of Nightfold. You can click on any world tree, hold down, and you see that circle fill up. Oh, no, you can't. There we go. You see the circle fill up. You can just teleport. You can also teleport to any of your faction holdouts. So I have Alka Children. I'm with the Alka's Children. So I'm able to teleport straight to the Alka's Children Enclave. You will be able to fast travel to any of your world trees available. But your seeds are limited 1 seed per fast travel. This is allowed in co-op use though. It is not allowed in COGAH. Humber's Lev. There it is. That's all it is. It's just the codex and all of the information you've collected. Ancestors consists of all of the individuals that we have met, including Orangol from the Wolf Pact mission. Fables, which are all of the available quests that we have completed. Some of them, you can actually replay the fable. This is specifically important for war songs, as this is the only way that you are currently able to recustomize your character, and it does not give you a lot of recustomizability. And then notes, which seems to just be extra lore. I don't know how to progress that. Now, if we continue further off to the right here. Alright. Now here in the arsenal in the back of the tent is where things get pretty interesting. Now, at the top right, you have your virtues. I'm not entirely sure just yet. I will edit into this part here when I figure out what exactly increases this and how you get more skill points to spend. But at base, you are given 100 health. I have a plus 20 here. You should be dumping your skill points into the attunement of your weapon. We check out this weapon, for example. The attunement, you can see rank, art, damage, and attunement. Attunement has 2 of the green moon. The green moon is spirit. So having more spirit is actually going to boost up the damage of this weapon, and we can see that in real time. If you look at the attack, 3979. And then if I dump all of my points into that, 5292. Right? If I come over here, 2058. because this is attuned to grace rather than spirit. But if I swap my secondary to something that is attuned to spirit, say Eshthol, 70, 102, and if I dump my skill points back into spirit, 75, 107. That is a much lower jump than I thought it was going to be. That is interesting. There are weapons that have different levels of attunement. So Gwelin has only one attunement to spirit, whereas the Urstrut has 2 attunement to spirit. There are special cases. Currently there is only one with the Paragon, where it is attuned to all 3 virtues. Courage, bravery, spirit, 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 courage. All 3. Courage, courage, brave, brave, spirit. You get the gist. There's no cost to spend and unspend your skill points, so you can swap your points around as freely as you want. Now this plus 14, plus 3, and plus 3 comes from my gear. As you can see, my chest plate gives me plus 9 to magic, plus 2 to physical, plus 0 to stability. If I come down to my leggings, plus 6 to magic, plus 1 to physical, plus 0 to stability. My guide does not offer anything. The Paragon talisman, 333, and then my helmet gives 0 physical, 5 magic, 2 stability. I don't think talisman is actually currently working and counting towards any of the systems, but you know, is what it is. Some gear, all of the gear has its own basic stats. So 525, 505. This is what I'm currently wearing. 407, 802, 140. And stands true for the leggings, for the helmet, and for the talisman, even though, again, I do not think talismen are currently working correctly. Now, here are the combat arts. Combat arts, you gain 5 skill points, or 5 levels of combat arts, per weapon of that art that you max level. So, if we use shield for example, if I go to primary weapon, if I were to level up this shield all the way to level 30, then I would get 5 skill points to put into this shield here, this shield tree here. If I come and then level up this shield, I will get an additional 5 art points into the shield tree. Me completing this short blade and getting this short blade to level 30 will have no bearing on me getting these long blades. It will have no effect on the long blades. The long blades are different. We have long blades here, short blade, great sword, pole arm, fly blade, bow, magic, and shield. Use all of your current weapon arts available. On the left side here, we have your pact. There are 8 pacts in the base game. Bromius, oscelda, sirin, tethren, Orangol, Garen Rude, Mora's Hand, and I don't know what the last one is. I'll put it up on screen. If you have purchased the Founders Pack, then you will get the Wyld Pact or the respective Founders Pack that you purchased. If you got the Paragon Pack, you will be given all 3. Something to note. When you are leveling them up, your pack will only be given 1 skill point per level. My Orangol is level 26. I have 26 skill points. Oscelda, on the other hand, if I reset this, I have 60 skill points. That is because I get 30 points for Oscelda, and then I get an extra 30 points for Wyld Oscelda. So I will get 30 points for Wyld Tethren, 30 points for Wyld Sirin, and eventually I will gain Sirin and Tethren, and after leveling both of those up, I will then have 60 points when using Sirin, Tethren, or Oscelda. So collecting the Wyld packs once they release is going to be very, very important. You are going to want them. Now, the last thing that we need to touch on here in the arsenal is this enhancements tab. You alt-click on mouse and keyboard, that is right-click. You can open up this new menu. Now, what is this menu? This menu is, well, enhancements. I'm going to swap over to a brand new weapon that I have not used. This is the basics of the weapon. In the center, we have runes. Runes are only available from completing world bosses, which I will get into later. There are currently, for this weapon class, which is the long blade, there is apparently 2 runes available to acquire. I only have access to 1 rune. When I equip that rune, it's going to give me a second slot in one of the 3 sections. Now, what do we do with these 3 sections? We click here, we get our animal totems. When roaming around the overworld, you will be greeted with random animals, and if you play a song for them, you will get their totem. It is the equivalent of Warframe mods. So, we use this as the example. This card, this mod, is called the Rascal. Now, you'll see here on the left side, there are 3 different groups of buffs. That's for a reason. I have clicked in the bottom here. You can see, has a little sword symbol. If I click here, that's the buff that I'm going to get. Plus 30% damage to a nearby enemy. But if I take that same totem and I come over here, plus 8 physical armor, you see it pulls that straight from the bottom. One mod can only be used in the same weapon once, but I can use the same mod in another weapon. As you can see, I have it here, and I have the leveled up version down here. Coming back to this one, has not moved. You can have up to 3 of the same totem, 1 in each slot. But trying to put 2 of the same totem into the same slot does not work. Now, I can put 2 squirrels, but as you can see, the squirrels have different names and give different buffs. This gives plus 4 attack speed. This gives plus 14 damage on dodge attacks. Broken game. Perfectly fine. There's no bugs, no issues. Damage. Anyways. Now, what you might notice is down here, you have this upgrade. And you have this little powder symbol. When you are singing to the animals, you will sometimes, if you are lucky, get a extra note to play that has that little white symbol, that little white powder symbol. If you play the same note as the layer that symbol is on, if it is on the 3rd layer, it'll be number 3. If it's on the bottom layer, it'll be 1, top layer 5, etc, etc. If you play it on note, you'll get a large boost to this powder. Now, what is this powder used for? This powder is the equivalent of Endo in Warframe. You can use it to upgrade your runes and to upgrade your totems. Now, I had already made note that down here I had a totem that was leveled up. See, it's got this little flower here, and a little flower here, flower here, flower here. I've leveled this totem up twice. So I can just right click, upgrade the rascal for 6,000. Yep. And now I have fully maxed out this mod, because 3 is the highest level. There are some rarities to the mods. This wood frame with green vines seems to be the most common. And then there is rare, which is like a lighter wood with purple vines. And then the ultra rare is this like yellow wood with gold vines. Yellow vines? They seem to follow a standard rarity system. Now, a thing to note that is very important is up here in the top left corner of every single card. This is your weapon grip. This ties back to your combat arts. Right? Your fly blade, we go over here to a fly blade, and we check out their totems. Their totems are only available for the fly blade. Turn on compendium. These are all of the available totems for the fly blade. I do not have the second rat to show you what it is. There are, in total, 89 totems. We look down at, say, the squirrel. See, this is for shield, this is for great sword, long sword, short sword, shield, short sword, magic, bow, short, short, long, great sword, polearm, polearm. And that covers all of the squirrels. Turning on compendium in the bottom right will show you all of the available ones, all of the available totems, including ones that you do not have unlocked. Hovering over it does not give me any additional info, does not tell me where I can get them, nothing like that. Turning that off only shows everything that I have. Turning on compatible only shows me what is compatible. Turning compendium back on shows me everything available that is compatible for this weapon. Runes follow the same rules. We turn on compendium and compatible. There is, apparently according to the game, there's 13 runes as of current. Shield, short sword, long sword, bow, Beyblade, polearm, magic, great sword. Now, I currently have one for all 8 of the combat arts. I do not know if there is a way to get these other, what is it, 5? Yeah, 5. Some runes will give different buffs, such as this rune will actually give you 2 to yellow rather than red. All of the information that you need to collect runes. You want to hunt down world bosses. We will go over world boss spawn locations momentarily. When you kill a world boss, it will drop a mushroom. It grows into a little circle. There's a little animation that plays. You get like a bounty completed alert that, you know, holds your character still for a second. In the center of the mushroom circle grows a large mushroom, and if you use soul vision, you'll be able to see that that mushroom is interactable. Pick up that mushroom. That is your reward for killing the boss. It contains any fragments, any runes, anything that you are going to obtain from killing the boss will only be gained by picking up this mushroom. To get totems, you want to find random animals. You see them by using Soul Sight, which is Q, and then attacking at them. You lift them into the air, and you'll get this little mini-game. You'll get a totem, and on the screen you can see all of the relevant information for that totem, including the name and the weapon grip. I have another here. I know this is a root. There's another here. Now you'll notice, new squirrel totem. get a duck. And that's a new duck totem as well. And that is for the pole arm. Common rarity, the waddler. Now you'll notice that getting those notes gave some of the white powder, what I was talking about, over here. It's the powder that is used to upgrade your stuff. Upgrade your totems and upgrade your rings. I have 9,000, which is off the screen currently for you. You are unable to see that. Now let's see if I can show you guys combat. So there are two different main things to take away from combat in Soulframe. There's a couple. We're gonna go over everything. All weapons have a block. Right, that's just alt-clicking with my staff, looks like that. My short blade, just hold that out in front of me. Even the bow and arrows, you are able to block. Just sit. You are able to block and you are able to parry. Some weapons have a easier time parrying than others, but all weapons are capable of parrying and blocking. Now there are two main things to look out for when in combat: Smite and stagger. Smite is that light that you just saw. Let's see if I can get it to happen again. To smite, you hold your soul vision and you attack the orb. That'll activate your rune, which in my case lights my blade on fire, and I can do some cool stuff with it. It explodes when I make contact with an enemy. It explodes when I throw it. To throw your melee weapon, you just block. Heavy attack, which is middle mouse or the scroll wheel click. And then you can call it back to you, no matter the distance. These cages are another way of getting totems. Here we have me using a bow, so I can show off the parry. You are capable of parrying with a bow. You can see the stagger build up around the enemy's health bar. I was unable to parry with magic, but I was perfectly fine blocking. And if you look down in the bottom left of the screen, you can see my health bar, but right under my health bar there's another bar that is filling up as I take damage. That is my stagger bar. If that gets filled up, I become staggered. Here I'm showing building that stagger. The birds are really good. The birds on Oscelda. Once that bar fills up, you're able to walk up and execute. These floaty gold things, these are motes. Hold Q to activate soul vision and attack the mote.
History is rewritten line by line.
Alright, and the last bit of information that I want to go over is going to be the Soulframe wiki. Is this? I don't actually know. Okay. So the last thing that I want to talk about is going to be the Soulframe wiki. Soulframe wiki can be found at wiki.avocot.org. I will have the link in the description. I will probably, if I can figure it out, I'll post everything up on the screen. Make it easy, let you click on it. With this, we have a lot of information. One of the best things is down here with the soul map. The soul map has a ton of information. Down in the bottom right, you were able to choose what information it is that you want to display. So here I have all of the Agari bosses, the day cycle bosses, which is only the Vadagar stag. You can show the Bisselclums. We have camps, points of interest. We even have damage sprites, ode chests, like a ton of stuff here. But this is all of the important things that most people are likely here for. This world tree up here is not accessible. It was a glitch to get over there in the first place. We have a world tree way down here. World tree, world tree. This is around the area that you spawn. This is the first world tree that you come in contact with. World tree up here, 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 here. 3 more up here. All of these symbols, located way down here in the bottom right, these are all stags. These are the spawn locations for the stag. There is like 9, 7, I don't know. There's a lot. And then all of these helmets are bosses. Boss there, boss there, there's a boss there, boss here, 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 here. This is the boss you guys saw me fight earlier. Here. There is a boss here. This is Fort Curlail. The end of the fort siege, you fight a boss, and there is a boss located here. They don't have the marker here. I do not know why. But this is all of the relevant information that I think most people are going to be needing in their time playing Soulframe. But once again, you are able to put in more information. If you want key locations, so you can see where all of the named locations are. And there is another, not notes, not quests, dungeons. Do Crypt, Glades, Neathens, Dermark. Now we have all of the points of interest. Alright, over here is Fort Curlew. Right? Fort Curlew. Down here is the Glades of Andoran. This is where you get the Verminia quest, where I showed you guys earlier. And this shows you where all of the available dungeons are. You see there's a dungeon way over here, Crypt of the Circade. You have to go here, and there's a coffin that you are able to interact with, and with a key, you push it open, you jump in, you start your dungeon. The soul map is incredibly helpful. Alongside the soul map, you have all of the rest of the information you need. You looking for a specific rune? Cool, let's go to runes. Here's all of the runes. They have them split up by all of the different grip types. So you can just, I like playing magic. I want the hollowing, and I want Arcstorm. Tab over to the hollowing. The hollowing says the drop source is the Wrath of Waste in COGAH. Arcstorm says just Wrath of Waste. So, let's go back over Soul Map. Let's find Wrath of Waste. Wraith of Waste. Which is right here. Again, this is the boss you guys saw me fight earlier. And I now know southeast of Fort Curlew. I can come here every 3 hours and fight this boss. And I will have a chance at getting the Arcstorm. And if I am in COGAH mode, I will have a chance of getting the Hollowing. If we bounce back over to main hub, far left side, there's a Soulframe logo. When you hover over it, it turns into like the standard home icon. Do we have basic materials, craft equipment? So this shows all of the materials that are available in the game. Here's all of the blooms, and you can see exactly how you are able to obtain these. Cursed Marifold, despite acquisition, Cursed Marifold was made available to any envoy that did not initially receive their Paragon purchase. Let's go over something that people actually tend to need. Gossamer Quartz. Drop source. Avocot. Avocot is known to sell them. I have traded with him a few times to buy some Gossamer Quartz. Basic chests and glades. This is incorrect. I can't edit. I don't think I have perms. But this is incorrect. I've ran multiple glades and did not find any Gossamer Quartz in the basic chests. I have found in the Dendrit chest. What's a Dendrit chest? Just click on it. It's the ones with the locks. Whereas the basic chests don't have a lock and they glow blue. You can also get them as Glades Faction Tales, Undercity Faction Tales, or as Echo Stones, these stones on the tree stumps that you sing and put together. You need some scrap iron. Here's all of the material we need scrap iron for currently. 695. These are the ways to get it. So, whoever's, working on this, they are doing a great job. It is not 100% correct, but they are doing the best with what they have, and I respect it. This has helped me a metric ton in my time playing Soulframe and figuring out what to do, what I should do, what I need to do, what I want to do. Apparently they are working on a companion app, and they have a personal Discord for the Abacot wiki. There is also if I load up Discord, there is a Soulframe Discord. There is a Soulframe Discord, an official Soulframe Discord that even contains many of the devs, the DE dev team. There is a lot of people in the server. Active bug tracking, Soulframe news. You can even find people to play with. Gameplay recruiting. Check that out. So, there are a lot of resources to utilize online if that is something that you need to do. Alrighty. Well, I hope that was everything that you guys needed to play Soulframe. If there's any information that you think that I missed, please feel free to comment it. If there's any information that I did miss or feel the need to update, I will update the description accordingly, or I will have a pinned comment, or series of pinned comments. I'm not on YouTube often, but I'll figure it out. I will update this video as best as I can, and if I ever need to update the video or need to post an updated video, I will do that. I hope this works for you. Good luck, Envoy. See you out there. Good night.